maps right now. And it looks like we are about to get started. Wait for our teams to decide to throw us in.
Waiting for Bobbit.
That Bobbit, just another Yeti. I want to point out too right here, this is a sign of good teamwork. All of Team Icky Vicky, previously known as 6-Shot No Kill, they have all of their emblems Dark Overwatch. That means that they have a lot of teamwork going on, and I can't wait to see them totally destroy the competition because it's not even going to be fair with this type of unity. You have anything to say?
I think I have to disagree with you there. It may show unity, but where's the individuality? That's what we're gonna find over with NAF. That's what they're gonna bring to the table.
All right, real quick, you want to hear something fun?
Yeah, lay it on me.
So last Scrub Cup, I was Team 42. We were answer to the universe. You know, meaning of life, because what's the meaning of life? 42.
42.
So we were answer to the universe. This year, team number 42 is carrying on that tradition, and they are memeing of life. So I believe I want Team 42 to carry on that tradition, unbiased rooting for them. But yeah, we're gonna
no connection to team.
No connection whatsoever. Sure. I actually don't know anybody on the team. Don't know anybody. Actually, I have no friends. I'm lonely. But we'll see what happens. We are just waiting for Bobbit to show up, and then we are going to jump into this game.
So, do you know anything about these players?
I watched Icky Vicky play last night. They have a good team. They got a lot of heart in them. One of them had some pretty bad connection issues, and they had a sub last night too, which it looks like they have one today as well. And so that could be either really good for them or really bad. Last night, their sub was playing a DPS and he was underperforming. Their team wasn't able to really capture any points except for one. They did have a lot of heart though. They're trying their hardest, and I respect them for that more than anything.
All right. Now, looking into the profiles here, looks like Noodles is one hell of a Genji player. 205 hours.
Wow.
And then 160 on Hanzo. We'll let him go for that, but that's I actually really want to see his Genji and see how that comes out against Icky Vicky.
Looking at these teams right now, like getting a background check on these teams. I'm just getting the papers into me right now. I gotta say, I think that Team Noodles and Friends has a pretty good advantage in terms of overall skill level. A lot of the players seem to be in Diamond or Plat. Which for this competition is unorthodox considering it's a gold maximum competition. So, hello, River Rat. So it is going to be interesting to see how this ends up going. All right, it looks like we are going to be loading into the game.
So they decided on Dorado. It's kind of exciting.
It's a map I haven't seen anybody actually play recently. It's been a lot of King's Row, a lot of Nimbani, not a lot of these types of maps.
Noodles gave up Genji to Akros.
Akros.
How you say that name?
Why are they? Okay, so you're Frosty Wolf. It looks like new info from Team Icky Vicky, previously 6-Shot No Kill. They have their full team ensemble right now.
Right.
Looks like this is gonna be pretty fun. Gonna see exactly how this goes. I love the extra viewership, by the way, but I am gonna have to discourage you watching this because I think you should be learning from your mistakes and not from trying to cheat. Not saying that you're a dirty cheater or anything, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. We have our defense team setting up on the high ground. They know exactly what they're trying to get at. They got their 2-2-2 composition. They got their nice shields from Ryan and the shields from Zarya. It's going to be really good at blocking some hog hooks. There are any. Got a long distance Ana for that burst healing.
And that combo, the Zarya Ryan combo is just so strong. Like they shouldn't have any trouble holding this first point for quite a while.
Not even to mention the
what
Genji.
They use to counter that. I don't know if the Winston will be good enough for that, but we'll see.
It looks like Team Icky Vicky is coming out, bursting out of the gates. They are just going all at it. Bear's trying to get up there and get a couple pot shots, but not actually accomplishing much.
Winston's going for a flank.
Doesn't look like he's going to get much done. The team retreats tactically, going to retreat to a further victory.
Now. That's Winston's going right in again.
Winston is jumping in like a madman. And over here, staying on the back lines, getting a couple shots off on the Genji while also managing to heal all of her teammates. Genji is down on Team Icky Vicky.
Math is making a great hold here.
It is going to be pretty rough for them to try to push in without one of their flankers.
Looks like Icky Vicky's trying to go for a regroup.
That's probably the smarter idea here right now. I think that we should absolutely fall back and figure everything. I think they should fall back and try to figure everything out.
Looks like we're trying to milk ults on Diva. She's only at 50%, so quite a ways to go. But if she can get a well-timed ult, this could mean the choke.
Well, I mean, that's going to be awesome. But if the team can play it right, they can absolutely just throw their bodies at the point to try to get 1 or 2 kills, and then mercy res once everybody's down. Because once they have that ultimate up, that's a huge advantage. They can have an entire second push. Genji on Noodles and Friends is getting pretty close to his ultimate, and I have a feeling he's just going to jump in once he gets it. Doesn't look like it's going to be fair.
Farah putting down some good support fire.
They're being a
Looks
pretty
like
rough
starting
game.
to push in.
Getting a little bit of damage. Ryan charges in, isn't able to capitalize.
Oh wow.
Genji ult
totally
straight into a soldier ult. Falls apart.
Absolutely.
Noodles here is just running around trying to get that last couple kills with his ult, but is only able to get the one.
We have no ult on Soldier and ult on everyone else. And
Absolutely.
Then for Icky Vicky, we only have ult on
Mercy. Yeah, these teams are inverses right now. One team has only 1 ult and the other team has all but 1. Now we got a Pharah ult ready up on Team Icky Vicky. We can see if they're going to use that well. Not quite sure right now. Genji's coming in. Frostwolf, he's trying to get some deflect damage. Throwing in. There's the Pharah ult. Able to take 2 kills. That's pretty good. They can probably take it if they capitalize on all of this.
Oh, that's 2 down. They've got a nice pick.
They have this point. They just
theirs.
need to make sure. We got a trio from Team Noodles and Friends coming back in, including Noodles himself. This doesn't look like they're gonna give it up that easily.
They have all their
Oh,
ults,
that's
though.
Genji Zarya ult
perfectly
countered
fine.
by a Zenyatta ult.
The counter Zenyatta ult.
And the counter
trying to get
Zenyatta
damage.
ult. It just keeps going. Are they going to be able to push to the end of the first point? We do not know.
Looks like they need to start focusing the DPS.
Genji is just sitting on the point, not letting them move it, but nobody's targeting him at all.
Farah is doing some serious work.
All right, looks like they're going to take the first point. Got another
well
2
done.
minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see what happens next.
You know, I'd like to see for the next part, this next stretch, for Noodles and Friends to really prioritize the Farah. She was getting a lot of damage on some key targets for Noodles and Friends. So
That's the thing with Pharaoh. If you don't have a hit scan that's pretty good, you're going to deal with a lot of really annoying damage that you just can't stop. And even if you do have a hit scan, if she's smart enough to dodge all those shots, she's going to just ruin your team. Look at this Ferret up here. She's just sitting up at the very top, just shooting down exactly how she should be.
Mercy. The other part of the team really isn't kind of going in with the flank.
Winston jumps up, able to help get Noodles with Farah over there.
You know, it wasn't for the Winston pick, but it's actually made a lot of disruption happen, and Noodles and Friends really doesn't know how to play against it. Almost like as soon as he goes down, they kind of don't know what to do with him, and then he pops out. He'll pop out right now. Oh no, he ulted.
The Rhine ult, able to deal serious damage, getting more kills for team.
Coming out big.
Yeah, they are able to get a lot. Icky Vicky here is pushing pretty hard. They can take out that Genji, which they just did. They can probably take this point with little to no contention.
It is absolutely there. That was well done. Very good at staggering their ults.
It's going to be quite interesting. That was an amazing Ryan fire.
Yeah, again,
fire charge right there.
Really not seeing a lot of.
Pharaoh's going to be having a little bit of a harder time here with the enclosed space. It's not going to do much, but it is going to limit her just a little bit. Just because so much of this area is being locked down. There's Farah down. Mercy is just looking for someone to heal. And on back lines, still dealing massive healing. Able to heal that Rhine up from 0 to hero in no time. Frostwolf still sitting up there, dealing his damage.
Ooh, got picked off. Very good hold by Noodles and Friends. I didn't think they were gonna be able to hold because of kind of how they carried the last part of the match, but
doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, they've got 1 minute and 20 seconds, and it's looking pretty good for them. They have a lot of ults, so if they can sit on that and stagger them correctly, they should do pretty well here.
Pretty interesting. It looks like Icky Vicky is all going in the same direction, except for Zenyatta, who is splitting off as the DPS squadron.
Zenyatta's doing. Is he gonna get picked out here?
Zenyatta is down.
That was a huge.
That's an ult combo right there if I've ever seen one. 3 kills, 4 kills down. Mercy sitting in the back, doesn't have the res up, isn't going to be able to fix that mistake that her team just made. She is, however, going to run away. Battle Mercy's trying to get a couple kills off on the end. All right. Team is grouping back up. Mercy's going to have res this time. They also have their Earth Shatter. Oh, Genji is down, but he has his ult, so if the team can stall till he gets back, he can probably drop it and get a couple kills off of that.
30 seconds. Less than that. 22 right now.
Tasha Top sticking with her team, trying to do as much as she can. Can't guarantee
Vicky
anything.
Trying to group up. Noodles and Friends really playing it safe here.
Not quite sure what's going to go on here.
One big
That's the
down.
Genji ult. Countered by the Zenyatta ult. Let's see what ends up happening here. Could be anything. Entire Icky Vicky is sitting on the point except for Mercy, safely hiding behind her team.
Oh,
one Earth Shatter gets one target, one gets 3. 2 are down.
Counter Earth Shatter was fantastic.
Experiencing tranquility here on the point. Looks like their team is gonna keep pushing.
They just need to get some of the DPS.
Soldier 76 and Mercy
side, healing perfectly. They're
coming
pushing,
in. Tac Visor, seeing if they can get a couple more kills off of that. Genji is down, and they are going to. Are they going to take this? It's very close. Can't guarantee anything. They're going to take this point. Team Icky Vicky. Round 1 complete with 0 seconds left. It's going to be interesting to see how Team Noodles and Friends comes back from this.
I think I'd like to see a little bit more of a defensive stance. It's pretty hard on this map, and a lot of teams don't really have it down.
A lot of these payload maps are really hard to get a good defense going because if you let the other team get some momentum, you could end up just trickling in and constantly dying.
Absolutely. I kind of want to see either a Bastion or a Torbjorn.
On a
I
defense
know
side,
that's yeah on the defense side because something like that could really hold the choke well, and I'd be interested to see how Noodles and Friends would react to something like that.
absolutely. Something that while built to be super effective is considered unorthodox in today's meta. It'd be really interesting to see. Even a Widowmaker, which, if a team can play her right, is the most valuable asset, but most teams would rather forgo one than deal with the rage.
Now, I really love the Junkrat pick here. Honestly, he's one of my favorite characters, but Junkrat is so good at holding points like these where they have high ground, and this archway is a perfect like area for him to just pour all of his explosives into one area. So it'd be really interesting to see how long he can hold it by himself. Usually Junkrats are really good at that.
Looks like we're trying to get a game pause here because Seer USA has left the building. If we can get that, then we can probably...
No pause on. There we go.
There's the pause game. Perfect. All right. Gonna be... At least we have some awesome music to go with us right now.
Hell yeah. I love the Overwatch music.
It's very well done. If you look it up on Spotify, you can find all of Lucio's tracks. It's pretty good. That's not a joke. They are actually on Spotify.
That's actually awesome.
That's
really cool. Is that something provided by Blizzard? Or
absolutely. They're all background tracks inside the game. One of them is the background track for Numbani, I believe, and two of them are Lucio's healing and speed tracks. And I think there's an extra one that they threw in there post-release. But they are all full songs. They're all really good. You can also find them on YouTube if you look him up.
All right, definitely something I'm going to be checking out after this match.
Yeah, something Blizzard's done with this game that a lot of people don't really realize is they went full on realism with this game. Lucio's an artist. They made music by this fake character and released it into the real world. Steve is a StarCraft player. She has a page on the Pro StarCraft 2 website.
That is pretty amazing. That's it. It just goes to show you how the bar that Blizzard sets for their games, and they don't just stop at we're gonna make a bunch of characters and have them shoot each other. It goes beyond that. All these characters have stories, and there's comics and shorts that they release, and it's been a really fun ride participating in all of it. Honestly, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, absolutely take some time to do so because it is definitely worth it.
And believe it or not, we are actually coming up upon the 1-year anniversary of Overwatch right now.
That's true, yeah.
1-year anniversary. Overwatch was released in May last year, and released May 24th, 2016. Allegedly, people are believing that on May 16th, there's going to be an anniversary event where there's going to be hundreds of different types of loot, new skins, new update, all of that fun stuff. Possibly a new hero coming out, maybe Doomfist for that anniversary reveal.
That would be pretty awesome. I am definitely excited for another character like that. Where do you think he'd fall under?
I believe he'd probably fall under a tank or a DPS, depending on how they decided to build him.
Probably.
If they could build him to be someone similar to Reinhardt, where he has a lot of area of effect attacks that do heavy damage, but they have higher cooldowns, but he still has a lot of health. You could do that, and you'd be able to do a lot of zoning and stuff like that. Or they could build him in a smaller body. We don't know exactly what Doomfist looks like.
That's very true.
So he could
know what the gauntlet looks like.
Exactly. We could have a larger character that would be playing a tank, or we could have a smaller character that would be playing a DPS. It's going to be interesting to see. With this anniversary event, though, I do really hope that they do finally release that trio skins that everybody's wanted, the Widowmaker, Reaper, and Sombra Jesse James Meowth skin set.
Oh.
Overwatch's very own Team Rocket back at it again. Looks like Jolly Evie is going to be joining the game and taking the place of SiriusA. Not quite sure what was going on. It looks like it was raining, but it has stopped right now. But we're going to keep going and see what happens. Or we are going to start soon. We can't guarantee anything because we're not the head of the match.
Definitely want to check out Jolly V and see what kind of player they are. Oh,
Serious
boy.
A is in the Twitch chat, says that Overwatch crashed and it won't let them back into the game, so they're bringing in a second ringer. That is legitimately tragic.
That's garbage. That's a lot of garbage.
A lot of internet issues have been happening to this poor team. They've been trying their hardest. Hi mom. Just a reminder, Mother's Day is tomorrow in the United States, so
that's a good point.
do something nice.
Did you get something for your mom?
I'm gonna be buying her flowers.
You're gonna be buying her flowers.
I am. I know I'm not buying them now because I don't want them to get all bad and upset and sad. I'm gonna be buying them immediately after I get off work tomorrow, so I can go meet everybody for dinner, and I'll show up with flowers and be like, "Yeah, I'm better than all your other kids."
All right, very nice. We're starting up here, getting some good poke with Junkrat. Zenyatta gets bumped off real quick, almost picked off by Pharah.
They got a Winston who's jumping down on the offense, trying to take out the back line, but the back line separates too quickly for them to capitalize. Still jumping on that point, trying to stop it. He is not going to be happy at the end of the day here. Oh, maybe he is getting healed up by that Mercy. He's going to live for today.
He's healing up.
Noodles on the Pharah is already at 50% ult, dealing a ton of damage. Nobody's stopping him.
He's like a sniper. This is ridiculous. They're just letting
He is two kills under his belt. Looks like it's going to be 3 in a second. He just went after everyone. Is he going to get the 4th? No, but his teammates are going to pick it up for him. That entire team was destroyed, and it looks like they're going to be able to push it. That Pharah with the skills of an angel, and the angel to follow up with the heals.
Let's see if the Junkrat ult gets anybody.
Junkrat ult is taken out by Genji. That ult could have been timed, could have been saved for another day. At that point, there wasn't really a team to follow up on it, so it wouldn't have done much. Especially with an ult that's so easily destroyed.
Again, the Pharah just raining down ammunition on to Icky Vicky. This is not good.
Those are some Icky rockets for Icky Vicky over here. It does not look like it's going to be fun for them. All right.
Focus on Noodles. There's the hit scan.
Hit scan taken out for standing a little too still.
Discord orb helps, but if no one's shooting at her, it doesn't really matter.
Absolutely. Believe it or not, Zenyatta has a ton of damage to take them out and can do it pretty quickly. Lucio is down, Zenyatta is down, and it looks like they are pushing even harder than before. This Pharah doing just the work of an entire team on her shoulders. And that team is doing a great job of capitalizing on all the opportunities that she has opened up for them. She gets in behind and deals some damage, and they are able to just finish off all the dirty work. We have 5 ults going on right now with Team Noodles and friends. Not sure what's going to end up happening with them, but they got everything except that Genji ult. They can probably combo a couple of them and get a huge push going on. Or they can even just throw Genji in with a couple of his swift strikes and get him to...
We'll see how effective the Pharah is from this point out. I really want to see them take her out and punish her for continuing to be played.
It looks like they're a little too preoccupied with the people on their point right now, unable to take out the person who's been destroying their backline. The team's getting distracted right now. It looks like...
I think they're going to push it through.
It looks like Icky Vicky is starting to build against the Pharah. We have a Widowmaker on their team now. And Winston's still going to be able to do some heavy damage if he can just get in the air to fight her.
Pharah taking some key shots there.
Still has her ult.
Yeah.
Interesting to see when she's actually going to use it.
Their ults, and it's all going to blow really quick here.
There's the Lucio ult, the Earth Shatter, the second Earth Shatter. Justice raining from very high up, unable to actually get any kills other than the Rhine.
Widow slept. Maybe she can get a key target.
Widow is down. Pharah is on fire yet again. Noodles just destroying for his team. And that's the end of round 2. Finishing with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left to have 4 minutes and 41 seconds during their next attack round.
Wow, what a difference between the two teams. That was really impressive to see how Noodles and friends took offense and totally just decimated at each point. I mean, there was no choke point for them. They knew exactly what they were doing. They got the key targets with the Pharah pick. From this point out, I really want to see both teams really try to shut down the Pharah. The Pharah has been doing a lot of work and kind of getting away with it. So,
see, I think that's going on right now is Team Icky Vicky is having a rough time because they just keep going in head first. They're not really stepping back and looking at the whole picture. They're running in all together, doing as much damage as they can, and it's not enough. However, Team Noodles and Friends is trying to think at it from all perspectives. They're getting somebody in the back line, somebody in the front line, somebody sitting back and healing, somebody taking care of the extra damage that needs to be done.
And all the while keeping focus on the key targets.
All right,
when they pick a target, they nail them.
Discount Shadowburn is in the chat, says shutting down Pharah is not possible. However, I'm sure it will be done, especially this game, when we see Noodles and Friends back again on the defense. We have Pharah up here, missing the second concussion blast,
really
taken down. Team is unable to get a single pick, and they have already lost a hero on their side. 30 seconds left. We don't know how well they can push with this. Zarya is low, but she is getting healed up by her entire team. Look at those healers knowing where they need to be and capitalizing on that time that they have. Pharah is up in the air again. The entire team is shooting at her, and she's already down.
Taken out again. This is exactly what I was saying. Take out the Pharah. There should be no pushing.
These teams are prioritizing their targets, and they know what they're doing. The Hanzo ult to finish off the game. Perfect ult, play of the game.
Taking out the Tracer here.
And that's going to be the end of round 3. With the perfect Hanzo play. Beautiful.
It looks pretty grim, but I'm just gonna believe in them, Nate. That's all I can do.
Well, hey Vicky, you're so icky. I don't remember the other words.
They might have.
Yes, the Crimson. See, Icky Vicky, believe it or not, and Fairly Odd Parents loses every single match she plays. The good guys always win. That's why the Crimson Shin would have been the one to win this match. I have to feel like they were put at a disadvantage because Noodles and Friends chose their team name for them when they were previously 6 shots, no kills. They could at least get some shots off.
All right, I really like the team that
Noodles.
I don't want to say ninjas every time. Noodles and Friends is running. I really enjoy the Somber pick. Really She's not used.
Nope,
very
she's
much,
already
but
gone.
She is. Oh, see, I shouldn't have said anything. If I didn't say anything, it would have happened.
Sombra is underutilized, but very effective on every map she plays if she's done correctly. We have a Tracer on defense. That's going to be an interesting thing to see. Trying to get some extra damage on there while also just sniping out. Could have done that as a soldier if you wanted to.
2 flankers. Are we going to see? Nope. Frosty
Noodles takes out the Genji. Almost takes out the Tracer, but she is hiding away. Tracer is just doing too much.
Healer playing DPS. Is Anna going to get away? She does.
Brian on the front lines, all he has to do is charge into that team and get a little bit of pushback on them and get that entire point in there, and we can see the game end.
If the Mercy stays back here, maybe she can get a save ult. But things are looking really grim. They're right
Team is
there.
backing off, and the game is already going to be over if they do that one more time. They don't have the luxury of space right now. They have to sit on that point and stop that team from pushing it. They have 0.69 meters left, and there are 6 people on, and the game is already over. Bob at the Reinhardt with the amazing save at the end of the game, doing tons of damage. Able to bring the game back to the Noodles and Friends is going to be the victor of our very first match in this scrimmage. Bob with the play of the game.
Well, let's see this.
It's that last match right here. He's get that Earth Shatter up. Hits the whole team. 3 kills down.
Took out the
4
Mercy,
kills.
there's no
5
res.
kills down. Charges into oblivion.
That would have been perfect time to res right there.
Unfortunately,
Probably wouldn't matter, but that's okay.
Tasha was taken out just a little bit too soon for that to happen. Well, look at that teamwork right there. Liking their Mercy all the way till the end because they want to see her succeed. Interesting first match. Let's see where we go with the second one. So what did you think of your first match that you've cast?
I think I have to work on a lot because I don't have much to say, but I do have a lot to say. I just don't know how to like articulate it to the point where I could.
Ninjas and Friends is a good.
Oh my gosh.
We're still streaming, by the way. I just want you to know that.
No, I figured.
Okay. Yeah, we're just having some downtime chat with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
What map do you want to see? That's my question.
Honestly, I want to see Hanamura. I want to see them play Heroes of the Storm. Looks like it'll be pretty interesting. Listen, if you
is a classic.
You get Illidan in there, it's not even going to be fair for the other team. We're gonna see what happens. Looks like the teams are saying they can stand to do a couple more games. Yes, two checkpoint is in the map pool for Scrubcup. There's no maps that are. The only map that isn't playable, I believe, is Oasis. Because that's the tiebreaker map.
Yeah, Oasis, not my favorite map.
I remember the last Scrubcup, Oasis came out just about the same time as the Scrubcup started, so they decided that it would be the tiebreaker map, and that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I think I want to see an Eichenwald.
You know, an Eichenwald would be a pretty fun match to play here.
Oh.
And you know what happens if you speak of the devil? Then the devil shall appear.
Are we picking Oasis? Are we going there? Anubis is said in the chat. Anubis is a lot of fun. Noodles
Absolutely.
calling for the ready. I think we are getting Oasis.
Ready, Anubis. Anubis is being said in the chat. Noodles says he wants to play Anubis, so it looks like our good old.
Everyone's handling down Anubis.
Looks like our good old miso broth ramen friend is going to take us to Egypt. I thought it was funny.
No, it was funny. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie to me.
It made me chuckle inside, Nate, and that's what really matters is touching the hearts at home. That's what you really want to do.
Absolutely. We want to touch these kids, you know? All right. Back at it again. 2 checkpoint Temple of Anubis. This is probably personally my least favorite map in this game. Not because of its design, but because I've had some terrible experiences here.
You know, I don't enjoy playing it, but I enjoy watching it. It's got so many like different ways you could attack, and even though this choke is pretty solid, it's also not at the same time. You have your left route that you can take into the heal room, and then the right where it's this little hideaway shop. And usually I'll go left, but I feel like that's a death trap. Every team is ready for that. I think going right is very underrated for offense, and that's kind of what I want to see is a blitz right, trying to take the high ground as quickly as possible, so they can rain down some terror on the enemy team.
Absolutely. It looks like Jolly Evie over here is picking the Widow, trying to get on top of that arch and get a couple quick picks at the beginning of the game. Noodles is on the Sombra. Not sure if he's actually going to play it this time, but it will be interesting to see if he does. Because as we all know, Sombra is a very reasonable pick. Miss with the Widow, able to deal some damage, but not enough to matter. Team is back up, prepared, holding the choke. That is a right rush right there. Ryan is holding the wall for his team to get by. That's a Bobbit getting flung into the air by the charge. Farmercy just flying around, trying to take what's there. His defense is totally scrambled.
Monk gets away with his life, but Infinity having trouble keeping his health bar above 0.
Genji in the backline takes out Widow, cops on the point while nobody's paying attention.
Noodles keeping up that flank, keeping out of sight to not get hit. Wait for his team to come in.
Bobbit charges the other Ryan, dealing some heavy damage. Ryan is down. Only person left on the point is Junkrat, and he is down. That is going to be the first point for Team Noodles and friends. Unless somebody can get a hero moment, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think this point is definitely theirs. I want to give props to Noodles for having a great flank there, pulling everyone's attention, and then getting out of dodge and still able to keep down some DPS.
A lot of their team was doing really well. The Mercy was pocket healing the Pharah. The Pharah was able to get in and deal some heavy damage and get out without being noticed, and the Ryan was able to charge in and take the team by complete surprise.
First Shatter didn't look like it did anything.
Looks like it was ulted at the wrong place at the wrong time. Looks like defense is holding this pretty hard right now. There's a rocket barrage. Justice raining from slightly above ground level.
Is alive still.
Bobbit is just going ham on the point. He's falling asleep though, but he is getting healed.
Things are looking pretty grim for Icky Vicky.
Icky Vicky getting more people on the point, but not enough to push off the damage of that Rhine. He knows what he's doing, and he just keeps going. Diva is coming in from the side, from the front.
Stabilization. Very, very well done by Icky Vicky there.
Able to take the point back from what was a sure loss with the momentum that the previous team had.
Let's see what kind of approach Noodles and Friends takes. I think the best plan of attack here is left.
I'm ready to initiate self-destruct sequence.
But I don't know. I'm not sure here.
Bear's trying to take some pot shots and deal some damage. Probably get her ult up more than damage the enemy team. But if she can get a lucky pick, then this team should be able to just run in and take it hard. Winston standing on the side with his ult ready to go, waiting to pounce. This is a pure Mexican standoff here. Nobody's running in. Nobody's taking chances. The teams are all just playing it safe.
Both teams have racked up.
There's the Winston ult going directly after the healers. He knows his targets, and he's trying to take them out. Tracer comes in to try to help out. Isn't able to capitalize on it. Mercy still getting so many heals off. Has her ult up, ready to res. Getting damaged by Tracer, though, pretty hard. Winston is going after that Mercy. D.Va ult goes. Doesn't get any kills, but is able to scatter the team a little bit. Lucio ult only covering 2 of their heroes, but it is enough to give them a little bit of extra health to push back. That long distance
Really good hold.
fire charge to get that Lucio kill. Interesting to see.
That's the unfortunate thing with D.Va there. It is if your team can't capitalize on it's most likely going to be a disruption technique. You're most likely not going to hit anybody with it.
Absolutely.
There's ample amount of time to get out of the way. But if your team can capitalize on the enemy team shifting their movement, then it's a totally amazing play, and you can get some amazing picks that way.
Absolutely. All right, looks like Noodles and Friends is going to start their aggressive push. Probably going to be pushing left, as most teams tend to do on this map. It's a pretty foolproof strategy. Not many teams push right these days because of the dangers of it, but we'll see what happens. Looks like the Tracer, Akros, is going to be doing a lot of damage here. If she can actually get to the teams.
While his team's going in, this is really nice because he's kept both healers away from their team, so they're totally disrupted. Lucio trying to get back with his team.
Noodles and Friends, their entire team is on the point and together. Tac Visor getting blocked off by the shield and counter ulted.
Winston close to ult.
Not able to get it. Lucio jumping on the point. Ryan jumping on the point. Ryan standoff going on, but Noodles is taking the damage off.
Oh, that
Get a
ult.
nice ult. Oh, and the double kill with that.
That was amazing. That is how you.
Winston trying to jump onto the point just in time to save it and stall out a little longer. Don't know if his team's going to be able to get on, though. Tracer's on the point. She's pretty good at stalling. 3 on the point. 4 on the point. 5 on the point. They can absolutely take this back if they play their cards right. D.Va is down. Reinhardt is down. Mercy res, bringing everything back, but it's getting pretty rough in there. Winston jumping for the Tracer, trying to take out his biggest competition. Feeling a deja vu is something that some people are getting right now. 2 Tracers running around the map, blinking everywhere. Jolly Evie has her ult up, throws it randomly, unable to get anything off of it. Genji ult doesn't take anything out. D.Va's out of mech. Are they going to end up holding this at the end of the day?
I think they are. They're doing really well. Noodles is kind of falling apart right now.
They might have gotten a little too cocky. Don't know what happened. We know they got a little rough.
She's gonna.
That looks like a D.Va ult, and she's not able to cap it. Their team was able to stay on the point, and they weren't all pushed off. Noodles and Friends has fallen completely off the point. It looks like...
What a beautiful hold by Icky Vicky.
Wow, that is insane. Doesn't happen very often, but I'm glad that Icky Vicky was able to hold their own and take that point back when it seemed most impossible.
Both teams still running the Tracer, trying to get the flank damage in, and as well as distracting, splitting up the team. It seems to be working pretty well in NAF's repertoire. There's a pick.
15 seconds left on the clock. If they do get this, it's going to be at the end of the round. We don't know how that's going to go.
Reinhardt has the ult, needs to lay it down.
Genji's on the point, just trying to deal as much damage as possible. Mercy's coming in, going to be doing a lot of healing if they let her stay around. She's out already. Noodles is ulting on the point. Bobbit ults as well. Oh, that is ton of ults right there. Can't even tell you what's going on.
See, Mercy's sitting out on the end here. Doing a really good job of keeping people healed. I think they might have it.
Nobody's taken out that Mercy yet, so they can't actually force the team to have no health. That's a Lucio ult. That's going to be heavy for them. Lady Snow has her Mercy ult up, so it's going to be pretty rough if they can keep her alive until their entire team's dead. That team isn't staggered.
There's the Mercy ult.
And D.Va is back in the game.
Genji doing a really great job. Is that it? Oh, that ult.
That looks like it is going to be it, and that is round 1 over. Both points taken within overtime. Yeah, Sombra Health Kit is in spectate view now.
All right, that match was pretty damn intense.
That was awesome. After that first grab of the point, I didn't think that the second point was going to be held very easily, but looks like I was wrong. They held it all the way till the end, and then they lost it just in overtime. Pretty rough for something like that to happen.
Job. I hope they bring out the offense here and do exactly what was done to them.
Let's check the locker room with the offensive team. Looks like nobody's broken the Hearthstone tablet or the Super Siege Mode 3 machines yet. Let's see if that changes. Nope. Absolute Mercy came back and smashed the machine. What a psychopath. See what these teams are going to end up doing. Akros is actually doing the Sombra pick. Let's see if it works out for him.
Actually going through with it. I wasn't sure if it was kind of a troll pick, but they're also going with the one tank strategy, substituting with a Mei. Now Mei has similar properties to a tank in that she's hard to kill and can fend off some damage.
And makes you want to murder your own family?
I don't know if that's going to be enough for this hold.
Well, if that McCree right there, Frostwolf, if he can get a nice flashbang, he can headshot her twice and kill her. That's going to be pretty rough for someone at their elo. There's a 1,500 SR difference between these two teams, so I'm surprised that it's been played as evenly as it has been. And in the back sniping for their team. Jolly Eevee playing Pharah and just trying to get up there and deal some damage. Entire team went left. Sombra is behind the entire team. Looks like she is just going to run up and deal some damage. The team is unable to use the health pack, but Sombra does get murdered. Soldier is down. Sombra's down. It's just the two healers and Mei. Let's see what ends up happening here.
Pharah doing some damage again.
Icky Vicky can totally push onto the point, but they are not capitalizing on it. They are just running back around.
Mercy trying to milk that ult. Oh, is she in trouble? Luckily, she got away.
Mei is on the point, taking out McCree, her male American counterpart.
Sombra trying to lay down some damage there.
Mercy is just trying to get a little bit of healing to get that ult up so she can hit that Q button. Unable to get it just in time.
What an amazing hold. Noodles and friends had a really... They almost lost it there.
They were able to come back pretty hard.
The health pack hack was actually really huge in that.
They weren't able to heal with that health pack at all because of it, and their team was very crippled. The only reason I believe they were able to get out was because the first Team Noodles and Friends was missing one of their teammates, and then they lost one almost immediately.
Sombra
is down yet again.
Jolly V's amazing rockets.
Right. Well, it looks like
Jolly V raining down more terror, trying to get Noodles.
May has her ult up. Ryan has his ult up. Mercy, Anna, and Soldier all have their ults up. If they want to just dual ult couples or just even solo ult, they can probably wipe the team multiple times. Take this point. The May ult is on the map. Let's see what she takes out. Doesn't look like she actually freezes anybody. More of a zoning
Mercy
thing.
was taken out, though.
Mercy was taken out in the midst of all the
2 and 2
damage.
down.
Sombra on the point. Isn't going to do much. May is just trying to survive. Bob comes
That was
back
an
with the Earth
amazing
Shatter.
stall for Bob to come in and Earth Shatter here. Reaper trying to get more picks.
And Bobbit comes in
Not
and
enough.
saves the whole operation. Insane.
Oh,
Mercy
wow.
Res getting 2 up, but it doesn't look like that's going to be enough.
Both these Pharaohs trying to duke it out.
They dropped an Emp on the point. There was only one person on it, so it doesn't seem like it was worth it. Oh,
Sniped out of
just
the air,
kidding.
Jolly V. Sombra gonna take out
And it took out the Pharah.
Farah.
At this point, Team Icky Vicky is just running in here with reckless abandon, and I think that's going to be their downfall. They're not grouping up right now. They're not trying to get that teamwork ready and going. They're just trying to run in and cap it because they think that this is a fight they can win when they have a disadvantage such as this. May dropping the ult yet again.
Second
3
nail
freezes,
in
4
this
freezes.
Long duration fight. We really haven't had a break here.
4
Both
deaths
teams
here.
Trying to supply from respawns.
May is finally down.
Oh, that rocket barrage.
Rocket Barrage was
Taken
able to take out
almost
one, but
instantly.
their entire team is now down. They're not going to be able to do this. Mercy drops the ult just for bad manners, and nobody's able to make it onto the point. Not able to drop Beyblade.
Draw Anubis is no more. Solid win. Well done.
Congratulations to Team Noodles and Friends for winning the second round. Thaz here with the Diva play of the game. Just running in and dealing heavy damage. I think we're going to get the Ryan Earth Shatter right here. Yep, that's the Earth Shatter. 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kill, 4 kills. 3 of which he had the finishing blows. That's an awesome play of the game.
Very beautifully done. Overall, how do you think that match went?
I think it was a pretty slam. It was a slam dunk for one team, but if Icky Vicky was able to really look at what they were doing, step back for a second and think about it, I think they would have had a better chance. In fact, I think they could have taken the whole thing if they thought about it, because they did a really good job of holding, but they just weren't good enough at taking those points.
Absolutely. Is it are the scrims done? We have 2 absent from Icky Vicky. Only 2 games. Noodles just as shocked as me.
Looks like something's going on Team Icky Vicky. During this break, I'd like to remind you all to drink some water. It's getting pretty warm out there right now. I'm probably a little sunburnt.
I'm gonna go get some agua fresca.
Go, child.
I'll be right back.
Looks like all the team members are back with Axor, a new addition.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Just in time. Teams are getting all ready to go.
Have they agreed with or
There has
picked a
been
map yet?
no discussion of a map at this point in time. Just trying to get that last bit working, trying to get that last member onto Discord with them. They are saying that they are not going to be playing Eichenwald.
Eichenwald is one of my favorites.
Eichenwald is good now that it has been fixed.
Absolutely. Before that, it was a pretty tough map. That first choke was pretty tough, and then just having to get up to the castle and push over the bridge was just ridiculous. After that, though, it was smooth sailing.
Absolutely. But once they updated it recently so that you can have that extra passage on the right-hand side, pretty convenient. Makes it so that the map is not a complete like, if we sit at this choke and we have a May on our team and she puts up a wall, you can't go anywhere. Which was the biggest downfall of Eichenwald from the beginning. And even at the bridge, they added another path on the left-hand side, which is pretty awesome for those of us that like the map so pretty. I don't know if they're teasing me right now, but Eichenwald is the map that they've put up. You thought Rhine-sized chokes defined Overwatch? You're wrong. Rhine's shield, it's not Rhine-sized chokes. It's choke-sized shields that Rhine has. His shield actually changes every single map to match the choke on that map so that he can guard the whole thing. Pretty broken. Something that Blizzard should probably look at. But, you know, Blizzard has their hands full with so many other things, and we love them for it. All right, looks like we were able to weasel Eichenwald in, even though it's not in the map rotation. We are using our powers for evil.
I'm pretty excited for this match.
Look, this is such a beautiful map. Even in the distance, you can see the wrecks of this Omnic war. Let me...
Very interested to see what they'll do against the Pharah this time around. Both teams seem to like playing the Pharah, just not countering the Pharah.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty detrimental to the integrity of an offense team in Eichenwald.
Mm-hmm.
Really good for getting people off the archway, as well as flanking and trying to distract the team and pull them towards the point. So we'll see how they utilize that this time around.
Absolutely. Gonna be really interesting to see. Apologize for the adjusting the stream video on this on the fly. Just trying to get everything working. All right. So we have our defense set up by Team Noodles and friends. It looks like they're going to be sitting at the choke with a Rhine, a Hog. Apparently, Bobbit is telling us that we are not prepared. We shall see about that. We have Jolly Evie from Icky Vicky playing Pharah and trying to get around the side. Looks like she makes it. Not sure what she's going to do here now that she's behind the team. Missing a couple shots. Doesn't look like she's going to be able to capitalize on it. Looks like she's probably going to die from it. Ryan's from both sides are shielding up their teams and trying to avoid damage.
Pharaoh's trying to hide from each other and take shots at each other. Jolly V doing a good job at dodging without intending to.
Ketamine Monk took some heavy damage there and just fell over without Zenyatta able to heal. And Parzival is down. Not going to be a fun time for their team. Let's see if the team takes advantage of the open left side because of the new doorway. He was trying to bounce the Rhine into her team so that they can damage.
Was that hook just rejected because of the pole?
Absolutely it was.
I think that pole is the new MVP here. Oh my gosh.
Sirius A has been dropped yet again from the game. We'll see if we get a pause in here, but I don't know if they're going to keep going or not. Could be interesting to see.
Was that a pause or a rage quit?
That's a pause right there.
He had a solid hook on that Farah, and all he got was a whole lot of pull.
Absolutely. It's pretty rough to see stuff like that. Sirius A, are you in the chat? Can you give us a confirmation of whether or not you have been dropped or rage quit? Because we as a people would like to know. As long as we get back into this game pretty soon. Sirius A comes in, tells us dropped from the game again. Not a fun time when your internet acts up. Frustrated, but not frustrated enough to rage quit. That's what I like to see.
That's good.
Get your head in the game there. Wildcats.
Wipe it off.
Absolutely. Lick your wounds. Get in there. We've lost this round, but it's not over yet. Get ready for the next one. You know, these pauses like this right now, Mark, these are when casting games get... This is when casting gets insane, because we are not average people.
Now we're just off the cuff. Now we can talk about anything.
We can talk about absolutely anything. So... I really don't have anything. I don't have anything as good to possibly bring up as pineapple on pizza. That was the greatest thing ever. We can't.
Pineapple on pizza?
Did you not hear that discussion?
No.
I'll tell you about it later. Remind me. It's really
All right.
funny. It was really funny. I think you missed the best part of the stream then, if you didn't see that.
Probably did.
All right, game is getting unpaused. We're going to be back in it in 1 second, and here we go. Teams are all ready to go. Sirius A has lost all the ult charge that he had before, but it's all right because he's just going to be getting up and going. Farah's getting behind the team, but gets taken out by a Cross.
By the other Farah.
Not even a fair fight.
Farah match is pretty interesting because you pretty much rely on the splash damage unless you can get that key shot that smacks him right in the chest.
You get that perfect shot, you can absolutely take him down. Looks like they have a hog to try to deal with the Farah. If they can use that hog, and if they can hook that Farah out of the sky, it's gonna be GG easy for this team. Moving under the archway. Wow, that hook went straight into nowhere thanks to May. Thaz does a great job at distracting and ruining the team. Sir USA getting hit and slept. We got 2 kills. We got 2 kills from Ketamine Monk. And is the only one on the point.
Ketamine Monk trying to hold it. Getting destroyed by that Farah. Lucio trying to make it out alive. Coming back, trying to hold the point.
It seems like Icky Vicky's
push.
team was not there to help capitalize on that awesome push. They stuck back, and instead they weren't able to win because Anna got the ult off onto her young daughter Farah and was able to finish this. Bear's pushing up really hard right here. Acro's getting really confident.
Ice Jackal had a really nice pick there, counter pick to the opposing Roadhog. Time does grow short. Zenyatta's right. We only have 20 seconds left.
Getting
Really
pretty
good
rough.
ball here. Separated the DPS and the heals.
Separates the tanks from the healers. Tanks are down. Zenyatta ults a minute
Bear
too
taken out
late.
almost immediately.
Farah and Zen trying to get on the point, but unable to do so.
Zenyatta trying to make his way over there.
Trying to
Farah
get
not
at
low
least
enough.
a little bit on the point, but unable to actually capitalize it.
Is this going to be a hold from Noodles and Friends? I think it is. Taken out of the sky. Well done.
Noodles and Friends
GG.
holds it before they can get to 30%. That means that this round 2, all Noodles and Friends has to do for their push is hit 33%, and they win this this match. Hey, Frosty
Alright, Nate,
Wolf.
What do you want to see here?
What I want to see some unorthodox picks. I want to see some fun stuff. I want to see Attack Bastion. I want to see Sombra. I want to see, is that Attack Bastion? Wow. The power of casting. I want to see a
Oh, I only
Torbjorn.
covered.
Dang. He's gone. I want to see some unorthodox picks. I want to see somebody try thinking outside the box. I think defense could go really hard with the symmetry here if they could figure out how to put one into their comp. Unfortunately, a lot of these teams are sticking to the 2-2-2 comp because that's what they've signed up as. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do here.
Looks like possession of Farah has switched to Thaz.
Thaz has been doing pretty good with his Mei, but it's not going to do great on offense, especially on this map where walling off is a huge defensive ability. Noodles is going with that patented Genji, got those gold blades. Wonder what he's going to be up to.
I'd really like to see how big he gets this match, because he has been doing a really good job in that Genji. Knows exactly how to pick. Just knows the character on a different level. The number of hours he has on it really shows here.
It's really interesting. The And Friends are also doing really great, and I'd love to see how they all create openings, follow up on it, and just punish the teams, punish Icky Vicky for falling out of line. All right, let's see. We got
Comes back here.
We got a Winston. Looks like we're sticking to a bit of a dive comp if they got the Winston on him, but we don't know what they're going to be doing.
Sirius seems to be AFK here.
That's the dime.
Hopefully,
That's the
that's-
dive right there. Sirius USA dropped. Entire team's already out. 4 down. 5 down. 6 down? 6 down, and that's the cap. That's the end of the round.
Very handedly. That was so unbelievably quick. Yeah, probably DC.
I believe that a
fair that was,
disconnect
but-
probably, yeah. It happened so fast. I don't think they were even able to pause. Team wasn't able to fix anything. Serious A, I'm pretty sorry about that. Honestly, it does not sound like a fun time for you. Here's Winston, Bob. He just dove in and took no prisoners. Watch this. The dive. Immediate pick on the Ana.
Going straight for the healer. That is.
Pick on both
that's what
them.
sets apart
Both the tanks.
Good Winstons from the bad
Healer.
Winstons. The Winston that goes straight for that healer, that pick. It's like a 1v1. And the healer can't get away, especially someone like Lucio, who, even though he has that speed and that boop, it's usually too hard for him to get away.
Absolutely. It can be really rough for some of these teams if they don't know how to play against somebody this talented.
All right, what's the verdict here? Are we going through another game?
I'm gonna step away for just a minute. I'll be right back. Serious Age running back in. Glad to see that they've made it back.
Hopefully, if we play another game, there's no other DCs.
Not a heavy amount of lag. Not a heavy.
Yeah, we want it
Heavy
even
drop.
for both teams. Want both teams to show up.
Looks like the coach for Icky Vicky hasn't even been able to log in.
I'm really hoping for an Nepal.
It looks like there's a call for Nepal right now. Let's see if they end up doing it or if it gets pushed to the side like all of my suggestions.
We'll get that attack bastion by the end of the day.
All right.
Already asking for muffins.
Pretty insane how people almost immediately realize, hey, wait, there's a muffin man here. What joke can I make? Awesome. Awesome to see.
I've heard of them all, unfortunately.
I bet you sure have. The curse of having that name. You know, guy I play with usually called Dad.
Yeah.
Every single game is, oh, look, Dad came back. Yeah, it's exactly what you would expect. He might actually be watching right now. I'm not sure, though.
Anyone else getting packet loss? Huh. I am personally not, but it all depends on kind of where you're at.
Absolutely.
What service provider you have.
I am located roughly 20 minutes away from Blizzard by if I were to drive there, so I'm not experiencing any packet loss right now whatsoever. Got our Nabal. We got our big old shrine here. Look at that. All right. Teams are spawning in, getting the picks.
You know a secret about this map? That all three maps are at certain levels.
Yes. All these maps are actually one large continuous map. And
Yeah,
it's really
that's
interesting
pretty
to see.
amazing.
If you were to watch me at this moment in time,
Below.
if you were to look down below, you'll see the village and that point. And if you were to look way above, you can see the outside of the temple. Very
Alright,
interesting.
looks like,
Very smart move by Blizzard's part. Actually, a really
Absolutely.
cool thing to do. Again,
looks
Blizzard
like
with
another
those.
DC Conspiracy. Oh.
It's almost like they paused because something bad was going to happen. Series 8 just not getting any let up from this pain. It does not look fun at all.
I'll do an 8.
I've offered you up.
Damn.
All right. Throw me in, coach.
Traitor!
Traitor!
You were the chosen one.
I see through the lies of the Jedi.
He even changed his icon.
The man, the myth,
One
the
of
legend.
them. One of them.
We aren't showing the game creation screen because there's a lot of chat in between teams going on. We don't want to like disclose all of that. One of Team Noodles and Friends just left to go to Icky Vicky and change their emblem so that they all matched together.
I think there's
One of us is currently what's going on. All right, it looks like
we have our 6 now.
is that Ice Jackal they moved over from spectating?
Yep.
All
Looks
right.
like he's joining the fray.
All right. Ice Jackal is in. Cold Matt, yes, one of us. You need a more you need a voice with like you say the same thing 20 times at the same time, yeah? You know what I'm talking about? We are legion, we are many, yeah?
Hey, get in here.
Teams have decided that at this point it's pretty much it's a landslide win for Noodles and Friends if nothing happens, but it looks like they are trying to negotiate some trades right now. It's interesting to see what's going to happen.
Alrighty. We'll look at some career profiles here. Ice Jackal with 177 hours on Roadhog.
Road hat, my favorite type of hat.
Road hat is the best kind of hat. He's the tank that sits on top of the DPS and makes sure they don't do anything. That's what you want to be, a road hat.
Absolutely. That also has 55 hours on Road Hat, but it's just a little higher in SR if you look at the numbers. Noodles has played quite a few hours though.
Yeah, Noodles has a lot of time on this game, and it's definitely showing in these matches.
Mm-hmm.
But Icky Vicky can hold their own. They're doing pretty well when they get the pick on him. Definitely, the field becomes easier to manage, but I still think it's pretty even.
Absolutely. Looks like with this game being as in and out as it is, we do have a message in the chat for you, Muffin Man. We have the message, Mark, shoot the Knights.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
thank you.
I don't know if you knew that you needed to shoot the Knights, but
I don't, and I didn't, and I won't, all those tenses, but
I promise I won't yell at you again.
Cold Matt is voting on Icky Vicky.
You know, I want Icky Vicky to win too. Icky Vicky has immediately just lost a player. Across the traitor. The traitor has left. I think everybody loves a true underdog story,
Do you think
and so
it's Across or AC Rose? Do you think he's an advocate?
it is AC Rose.
Air conditioning?
Air conditioned Rose. All right, looks like we got a new sub instead of AC Rose. Oh, that looks like he's gonna even out the game quite a bit.
Pretty good spread for hero wise. Top plate characters are Reinhardt, Genji, and Anna. Definitely like the Genji play these couple of games. So we'll see if he brings that out. Maybe he'll play tank.
If any of these players can get a really good Genji going on, they can absolutely drop. You can just drop it on the other team, and it just won't be fair for them at all.
Alilo, not quite sure why he was invited, but he's apparently gonna hang out with his peanut butter emblem.
I'm seeing a lot of stars. I don't know exactly what that means, but there are some stars there.
Yeah, it's interesting. The characters keep hitting the star key.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that on purpose, but
it's kind of odd.
Once again, thank you for your patience, everybody. We are sure that the game is going to be up and running very soon. We're just trying to figure out a couple little kinks in the system. If you have anything you'd like us to talk about while we are here, just trying to fill dead air, please leave it in the chat. No, we're not going to have a conversation about pineapple on pizza. Never again. Thank you. I will.
Overwatch subreddit.
Doesn't seem like a very good idea.
This is where I get all my memes.
Dropped another player.
Left and right.
Lady Snow coming in from the spectators bench.
All right, it's just you and me.
All right. Let's clarify on the two things that we are not qualified to talk about. Politics and Gordon Ramsay. So
You're right. You're absolutely right. I need to brush up on both of those. And we're starting up.
All right. We are in game. We are ready to go.
I'm not sure where you started, but I started in the ship.
Absolutely
we'll see
did.
Some baskets made. That's always my favorite part.
Basket weaving is amazing. Look at this amazing. Look at this right here. All right. Looks like we have 5 seconds left to assemble heroes. All right. And 30 seconds until it ends. Let's check in on these teams, see if they're doing anything. Who's just playing a little bit of soccer over here. Having a good time. Nobody's knocked any... Oh, there's one basketball. Did not go into the hoop. Pretty disappointing to see. The best Guy Fieri restaurant? Any restaurant that isn't a Guy Fieri restaurant.
Damn. I mean, you're not wrong, but damn. Alrighty. Looks like we're starting up, folks.
All right. Noodles and friends pushing straight down the middle instead of taking a side attack.
Reinhardt coming flying in.
Alilo is on the point, doing some work, trying not to die. Noodles is already down thanks to Jolly. That's a twist.
Nice Bobbit already taken down.
What a hook on Lady Snow. Can't confirm the kill though.
Icky Vicky having a really amazing hold here.
Instant capture.
What
a turnaround from their previous matches.
Tracer is still trying to get some damage in there.
What a Tracer hook. Confirms the
wow.
kill on Thaz. It's like a switch was hit and this team is going off the rails.
Jolly V with that hook. That was beautiful. That is really hard to do.
Let's check in with Noodles and friends. Trying to just deal some damage. Trying to get a little bit of poke going on. Maybe some ult charge heading up, but... Charge the Rhine in, gets a shield off. Ice Jackal's dropping the Zarya shields like
Ryan
nothing.
doesn't really bring much. Oh,
Frosty Wolf getting
Shadow
hit by
one.
Noodles in the back playing.
Very good counter shield by Zarya.
Nobody is paying
Reinhardt
attention to the
came
Pharah that was sitting behind, but it doesn't matter. The team wasn't able to capitalize. Dropped an unnecessary ult.
That's 2 picks. Looks like Noodles and friends will take the point here.
Noodles and Friends is moving in pretty hard right now. We'll see what goes on. Frosty Wolf
Noodles himself
switched to
on,
some
Pharah,
soldier.
doing some really good damage. Going in for the flank.
Absolutely doing a great job dealing some heavy damage to that Zarya. Can't confirm the kill. There it is. Zarya is
Pharah
down,
staying on
and
the point, trying to
Lucio's the only one left.
keep it
And
from-
he's
oh,
gone.
taken down.
Noodles and Friends takes the point.
They got a really good lead there. I really hope Icky Vicky can take it back pretty
Absolutely.
swiftly, but
It's going to be very interesting to see what plans they put up with. Pharah has a great view on the entire team, can see them all walking out.
Bear playing pretty conservatively here.
Anna gets picked off of the point with a concussion blast, but she's able to run back to her team for the most part.
Soldier playing it pretty safe.
Jolly
Hopefully drop
Evie
down
running
here and
in pretty hard, getting the heals, getting the hooks, trying to do whatever he can. Gets slept while ulting. It's a rocket barrage with the triple kill on top of the Earth Shatter. Anna,
It is
super low.
holy
Bobbit has
man.
4 health, but not getting taken out.
Icky
What?
Vicky just got
What
shut
an
down
insane, what an insane survivalist. Bobbit, no healers, able to survive with 4 health remaining. Insane. Vicky
Definitely
capitalizes
Bobbit
right
is,
now.
One of the more advanced players. He
Absolutely.
has really good spacing on his shield.
Frosty Wolf already down. Parzival getting some speed boost in, trying to make sure he can taxi his team back and forth to and from the point.
Jolly V going for a pick. Not quite there.
Noodles and
Kinda
Friends
waiting
has
around
officially surpassed Icky Vicky in terms of points. Icky Vicky looks like they're going to have 1 or 2 pushes. Thaz gets taken down by Jolly Evie in the side, but there's a lot more going on.
Pick. Taken out really quickly. Zarya ult down. Oh wow,
Zar-
that's a wipe.
Zarya takes
Jolly V-
everybody
Jolly V's
down.
He needs not be here.
Doesn't matter. Can't do enough to switch the tables.
Good match.
Turn the tables.
That was really unfortunate for Icky Vicky. They had a really good hold in the beginning, but then they just couldn't quite hold it.
It gets pretty rough. It gets pretty rough during the end when everybody gets super desperate. But you know what? Your team was able to hold, and that's what matters. Bobbit tells us we are not prepared. It's very interesting to see that interaction between Pharah and Reinhardt, where Pharah hates her mother, and then suddenly when her mother joins the game, they love each other again. Very interesting to see. I'm sure that's what I would be like if Dad came back. All right, let's keep going. Both teams going to the left. Lucio dropped down to the bottom though. It's gonna give.
A little bit lag behind, but he'll get there.
It gives the team a little bit of a disadvantage because they aren't the first there. They can't spread out as much.
Put down some good damage. Maintaining that high ground, that's really smart for them because they have a lot more area to hit, and then they will receive less damage for being higher up.
Absolutely. Nobody's on the point. Lucio's taking advantage of that. Almost the full point cap, uncontested point cap. Just like the beginning of last round, but I have a feeling that Noodles and Friends are going to lick their wounds and head right back in once they can. Zarya's got some heavy charge on her too, so it's pretty interesting to see that her team is letting her get all of that damage.
Alilo kind of keeping the team at bay there.
Doing a little bit of damage, stepping off when he can.
Again, we have a situation where Icky Vicky, they have a nice hold. So hopefully they can keep that. There's the pick on Reinhardt. I don't know if it's quite going to get a kill there.
Alilo is down. All right. Noodles is on the point with his Pharah, trying to wreck that Lucio. Lucio's down. He's just capping it by himself.
Heals by Heart Attack. Keeping that soldier in it against the Zarya. Very nice take from Noodles and friends.
Frosty Wolf was trying to be a rallying point for his team, wondering if Alilo's going to come over or not. Looks like Alilo's going to go around this side.
And I just wanted to point out again, the Noodles and friends maintaining the high ground again. They know that that is the best place to deal DPS and avoid it at the same time.
Genji was on the point getting some free cap, but it looks like he's getting pushed back now. Soldier has us all in his sights right now. We're all in his sights on these blessed day.
Noodles and friends really putting down that DPS. Wow, that rocket barrage, that was insane.
Noodles getting probably a play of the game there with a quadra kill. Thaz gets his ult up right at the end of the fight.
Icky Vicky really needs to pull it together here.
Yeah, they have. If they can't take this one, then they're going to be on thin ice.
Jolly V waiting for the team regroup. Pharah poking where she can, trying to get some information.
Absolutely trying to just get a little bit of knowledge of where is your team going to be and where do I need to be to make sure that you can't win. It looks like they took the point with no contention. Got that Zarya ult on there, unable to get more than one kill off of it.
Genji going straight for...
Bobbit has the Rhine ult. Is he going to drop it here with the entire team in his sights, though? That's the real question. Or is he going to save it for another day? Looks like he's going to fall back. Ice Jackal is trying to run away. Does not look like he's going to be given the chance. He is knocked out.
Frosty Wolf was doing a great job there, keeping the heals distracted. Anna couldn't really do anything because there was the 1v1, and he didn't let himself get picked out, even though he hit 50 health.
Absolutely. Looks like the entire team is going to be pushing far up on the top. Let's see what goes on here. Right. Roadhog trying to hook that Pharah, but unable to actually get the end of it. 99% and overtime for Icky Vicky, but it's all going to be a question of if they can get the damage ready to go. That's another Pharah ult, able to cap the point with it. 2 kills down.
Wow.
5 kills on the kill feed. Seen a lot of red up there. It looks like they're going to take this match.
Need a tracer. I think it's done for at this point.
And it looks like, unless Frostwolf can get on, nope. Round 2 is going to go to Noodles and Friends.
That was so close. Very well done by both teams.
Very well fought. A lot closer than a lot of these other matches have been.
I think that Icky Vicky is really good with the blitz. They have a really strong, momentous push that they have at the very beginning, and they need to really maintain that. Is to regroup as quickly as possible and do their steamroll push. That's what they're best at.
Absolutely.
We've seen that in earlier matches today, and we're seeing that in this game right now.
Something I've said before, and I will stand behind 100%, is a lot of the time the difference between a gold player and a diamond player isn't so much their physical ability to play the game, their aim, or anything like that. More or less, it's generally going to be the ability that they have, just awareness of the map and knowing how to group with their team.
Absolutely.
Especially with
Fair.
some non-DPS heroes, such as like many of the supports don't require you to aim. You just have to know what you're doing.
Absolutely. Good
Frosty
pick
Wolf
there
already
from
taken out.
Roadhog. Farrah laying down the DPS. Looks like
Thaz is going to take this point. Thaz is going to
Oh,
fall
amazing
off. Dasha's going to get on the point, uncontested. Sit on there, just get a little bit. Noodles is right on top of Zarya right now.
Annoying like that.
Zarya
Farrah
takes
can be-
out Noodles. Ketamine Monk with the amazing kill. Are they going to take this point? And they take the point uncontested, all because of that amazing hook that Jolly Evie had on Thaz.
Yeah, that was definitely the turning point for the fight there. I really want to see them stick together here. They usually get split up, and that's kind of what makes their push so effective, is that they can stay together in that push. But then as soon as they start defending, they get split up and they don't focus. So they need to focus right here. Need to call out key targets. Try to focus as much damage as possible.
Jolly Evie is getting bullied really hard on the top side, trying to get out of there. Makes it out, but is pretty low on health. Team fight going on the point. By team fight, we have 2 tanks and a healer versus a tank of DPS and a healer. It is just getting rougher and rougher. Ketamine gets pushed off the edge. Unfair.
Really well placed ult. Frostwolf just hanging onto the ledge.
Unable to stop the point from getting captured and taken out by Lucio's boop. Pretty.
Jolly V coming in for a potential pick here. Probably should get out of the way.
Lilo
Hold a bobbit.
has his ult up, wondering if those wolves are going to come out anytime soon, because he could clear the entire point with that if necessary. Ketamine is pretty close to his ult, and they could hypothetically combo.
Bobbit
There's the
adopting-
wolves. Great zoning, not actually killing anybody, instead actually helping the team, giving Zarya a ton of ult charge. But we shall see what ends up happening up here.
Pick for pick. Jolly V gets taken out by Thaz. Really, really nice pull.
Jolly knows that was all a vendetta against him, and he called it out for being revenge. Trying to hook Frosty Wolf into the abyss. Genji doesn't fall that easily, though, especially when he still has his double jump available.
Pushing in with the Lucio ult. Very beautiful Zarya ult.
Zarya
Lucio
ult. Amazing!
Wow. Jolly V.
ult.
They need to take out Farrah here. Oh,
Noodles.
wow. That
Noodles returning the favor and just wrecking the team.
It
Wow.
really looked grim there for a second, but they
Noodles.
came out on top.
Noodles, once again, made an amazing ult, and it got the ult on top of Farrah. That almost gave me a heart attack, but you know what? Noodles was there to save it. It's a pun, because Anna's name is Heart Attack.
Thanks.
I tried. There's the Wolves trying to push the team off the point. Jackal's just getting a ton of free charge off that. Thaz pushing the teams off. Getting knocked off by himself, though. Team only
Trying
has...
to hold.
Vicky only has Anna on. Genji is on right now, too, but he is very low. Frostwolf is down. And it looks like this is going to be GG. The match is over. And the 4th and final victory looks like it is going to go to Noodles and Friends.
Noodles and Friends has been really dominant, and it's for this play of the game and this person right here. Noodles has been
Looks
playing
very,
an amazing game of Overwatch.
very sad, but we got a counter Zarya ult. We got a counter Farrah ult. So many things went right in their favor. They were able to flip what should have been a losing battle. Incredible. Not something you see very often.
Going into the next match here.
Allegedly. We don't know if we're going to be done here or not. Let's try to figure
Alright.
out from the teams themselves if they want to continue.
Looks like we have an open slot. Maybe they'll be able to fill. 2 open slots. Things are looking grim for Icky Vicky.
Hey, Vicky, you're so icky. I don't remember the line after that.
I'd have to listen to it again.
I want to say Sticky is in there, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's
Be
it's
a
kinda like,
rough guess.
you guys want to review with us.
All right. Looks like. Can I sing My Shiny Teeth Me? No, I cannot. All right. Let's turn this off.